nice piece of equipment. So what are some of the implications for projects in the future? This thing's uglier than the dickens, so I'm gonna stop for just a second and zoom in so that you can see it. Believe it or not, this is actually readable. This is part of a gigantic system that we worked on at the Department of Homeland Security to develop a simulation system that would allow us to simulate the impacts of natural disasters across all industries. And the level of detail, you can read it up there, unbelievable level of detail put into this thing. But more importantly, this is just the refinery model. If I go to the next slide, I have agricultural models, I even have a corn model, I have a liquidity model, I have an insurance model, I have all sorts of models related to different phenomena in business and in finance. There's over 1,200 of them. It was put together in order to be able to look at these situations so that when we had another major national catastrophe, we could quickly spot where the potential impacts are and see if we could mitigate them or what we could do to deal with them. Because many of these impacts, much like 9/11, things happened a long way away from New York. The impacts of 9/11 were heard around the world because of what was in that building and what was being done in that building, and the same thing would be true of any other natural disaster. I went to the Department of Homeland Security in Sandia, which did this development in this, and I said, guys, would you do the following? Would you be willing to stick this in a not-for-profit organization so that industry could come to you and say, we'd like to look at the impacts for our business or for our clients? And that's something I'm still working on, because we've spent $60 million of your money to build this, and it needs to be in place where we can get some value out of it for the nation and for where we go in the future.